Now, let us start with part 3 of the chapter General Principles and Processes of Isolation of Elements. Today we will talk about electrochemical principles of metallurgy. Till now, we have studied the thermodynamic principles. Principles of thermodynamics are applied to pyrometallurgy. Pyrometallurgy means reduction in the presence of heat. Pyro means heat. But metal ions in solution or molten state are reduced by electrolysis or by adding some reducing agent. Such methods are based upon electrochemical principles. We have read about the equation delta G is equal to minus NF E naught, where N is the number of electrons and E naught is the electrode potential of the redox couple formed in the system. More reactive metals have large negative values of electrode potential, so their reduction is difficult. Considering the reactivity of the metal produced, suitable materials are used as electrodes. Sometimes a flux is also added for making the molten mass more conducting. Then oxidation reduction. We have studied that metal is obtained by reduction, but some extractions are based upon oxidation, particularly for non-metals. A very common example of extraction based upon oxidation is the extraction of chlorine from brine solution. This extraction of chlorine from brine solution we have already read in the chapter of electrochemistry. Now delta G for this reaction is plus 422 kilojoules and E naught is minus 2.2 volts. Means it requires an external EMF which should be greater than 2.2 volt, only then the reaction is feasible. Up till now, we have studied the various processes involved in the metallurgy of different metals. Now we will take some of the examples one by one. First, we will take the extraction of iron. Ores of iron we have studied in our first video. Those were hematite, magnetite, that is oxide ores. Iron ore being magnetic, the concentration will be done by magnetic separation. Then, depending upon the ore, after concentration, the ore is converted to oxide form either by calcination or by roasting. If it is a carbonate ore, then we will do calcination. But if it is a sulfide ore, then we will do roasting. After calcination or roasting, reduction is done in a special type of furnace called blast furnace. In blast furnace, reduction of iron oxide takes place in different temperature zones. In this case, hot air is blown from the bottom of the furnace and the coke is burnt to give the temperature up to about 2200 Kelvin in the lower portion. But as we move above in the blast furnace, the temperature goes on decreasing. Burning of coke supplies most of the heat required in the process. Carbon monoxide and heat moves to the upper part of the furnace. In the upper part, the temperature is lower and the iron oxides coming from the top are reduced in different steps to FeO. Thus, the reduction taking place in the lower temperature range and in the higher temperature range depend upon the point of intersections in delta G versus D plots. You can see the same procedure. You can see the limestone is decomposed to calcium oxide, which removes silicate impurity of the ore as slag. The slag is in the molten state and separates out from the iron. Iron thus obtained from the blast furnace contains 4% carbon and many impurities in the smaller amount. This is known as pig iron and is cast into variety of shapes. Cast iron is made by melting pig iron with scrap iron and coke using hot air blast. It has slightly lower carbon content and is extremely hard and brittle. Further, wrought iron or malleable iron. It is the purest form of commercial iron and is prepared from cast iron by oxidizing the impurities in a reverberatory furnace lined with hematite. Hematite oxidizes carbon to carbon monoxide. Limestone is also added here as a flux. Sulfur, silicon and phosphorus get oxidized and pass into the slag. Metal is thus removed and freed from the slag by passing through the rollers. Next is extraction of copper. Ores of copper are copper sulfide or copper pyrites. Since both of them are sulfide ores, so the concentration will be done by froth flotation. Then we have to convert it to oxide ore, and since again it is a sulfide ore, so roasting will have to be done. After roasting, the step is reduction. Copper oxide can be easily reduced to metallic copper using coke. In the actual process, the ore is heated in a reverberatory furnace after mixing with silica. In the furnace, iron oxide will be removed as slag in the form of iron silicate and copper is produced in the form of copper matte. So, FeO will combine with silica to form FeSiO3, which is removed as a slag. Along with it, copper oxide may also react with copper sulfide to give us copper, whereas sulfur dioxide escapes. Copper thus obtained has blistered appearance due to the evolution of sulfur dioxide. So, it is also called blister copper. Copper can also be obtained from low-grade ores or scraps. From here, copper is extracted by hydrometallurgy. Hydrometallurgy means reduction using hydrogen. It is leached out using acid or bacteria The solution containing copper ions is treated with scrap iron or hydrogen. So, copper ions on reaction with hydrogen will give us metallic copper along with H ions. Thank you.